This week on Gettin Deep, we have Jeremy McClure, a blind Paralympian. And I've always wondered what it's like to be blind. Like, how do you live your life when you can't see? And I don't just, close my eyes and goes, oh, look, I know what it's like. I genuinely wanted to find out how a person would exist. And Jeremy doesn't just exist. Jeremy thrives. He's been in the Olympics 4 times. He's swam a 24-hour swim in the ocean from Carnarvon to the Abrolhos Islands, and so much more. This is a testament to a normal human being, let alone a human being that can't see. We'll start it off with you telling us a little bit about yourself. From what I know so far, you went blind at 15.
Yep, that's right.
You were a triathlete 10 years ago.
Yeah.
On Saturday just gone, you completed the Roto swim.
Yep.
But that's not the first time you've done it. That's the first time you've done it without 7 months of training or a year worth of training beforehand. And you run your own business as well. I
do, yeah.
Yes. Is there anything I've kind of missed?
I suppose probably a huge thing. I've got incredible support, like with my family, friends, and through my sport. Like I've been around people that are just incredibly supportive, and helpful, and caring, selfless.
Yeah. So you went blind at 15, right? How blind are you? Like, do you see anything or is it just black?
More the first. I do see anything, a little. So technically I'm told I've got about 2% sight. So what that means is the old school TVs with the channels that don't work, with the static, the black and white dots, that's what I see in front of everything, like hundreds and hundreds of black and white dots.
Just static?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So is it static like shapes or like... Okay, so actually, I kind of had something happening the other day with my eyes. This might really work into understanding it. So if you've got static in front of everything, does it kind of look like... This might be your... maybe too old for this because of TVs with pixels blowing out. Does it look like there's just things that just aren't there anymore, kind of like a digital screen with like pixels going, or is that kind of like goes over your head?
No, that's correct.
Yeah.
Yep, that's correct. But the other thing with my condition is it's more centralized. So if I'm really trying hard to look at something, I would use my lower peripheral vision. My peripheral vision are the clearer parts of my little bit of sight.
Yep.
So I'll generally look up at someone's forehead, or like if I'm right up close to them, 1 foot away from their face, which doesn't happen often.
Yep.
Unless I'm with someone close, a family member or whatever, that's comfortable, then I'll look up and I'll use that lower part of my peripheral vision.
So like the bottom of your eye, you can kind of get like a bit of a view of something.
Yep. But you're right about the first bit, the whole like pixelation. So that's more in the central part. So if I'm staring right at where I think you are right now, I can't see you. You're literally too far from me for the size of a human. If you're a building, this is where it's confusing. I could be standing at South Perth foreshore and look across and I'd see the city, but it's because it's huge, but it's blurry city, fuzzy city.
Okay, so you kind of like have outlines in the distance.
Yep.
But anything close is totally toast.
Yeah, just depends like the size of the object too.
Yeah.
So people have to be about 1 meter away and I'll see their blurry shape.
Yeah.
Any more, then they could be nothing. They just blend in with the distant blur.
Yeah.
So
Do you get colours at all?
Yeah, most colours I see, but then even them are distorted a bit.
Yeah.
But it's even within what a lot of people would see as well. And what I mean is blacks, navies might be very similar to me, like the same. I'd say, oh, is that black? Oh, no, it's navy.
Yeah.
Well, they're pretty similar. It's not like I say, oh, is that black? And it's actually white.
Yeah.
Complete opposite.
Yeah, but reds. So like greens and reds, you'll be able to clearly tell the difference between next to each other.
Usually.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, that makes it a bit easier to, I guess you're not fully blackout blind, which is, to me, is anyone truly blackout blind? Is that like it? There is? Yeah. Okay.
Well, there's people that have no eyes.
Okay. Yeah.
So, they may have, had their eyes removed because of cancer, etc.
Yeah.
All different reasons.
But if there's an eye there, most people have something.
Yeah.
I mean, 2% is like...
It's still like
nothing.
Hardly anything. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I think if you're 2% of a human, you're like a foot. So,
and then another fun fact with my condition, it's actually part of the name of the condition. It's an optic neuropathy. And what that means is it's a disease of the optic nerve. And the optic nerve attaches from the back of the eye to the brain. So when a person actually looks at my eyes without sunnies on, my eyes are actually normal.
yeah.
There's nothing wrong with them. They're actually...
It's just the electricity connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A better condition than someone that actually wears glasses, which is a bit of a...
Interesting.
A bit of a, what do you call it? Like weird.
Yeah, because your eyes would be better than mine then.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I know.
But it's just the signal doesn't go through correctly.
Yeah, that's almost dead. Yep,
Yeah,
nerve.
that makes sense with the pixelation then.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and pink. That's one colour I don't really see. So bright fluoro pink. When I look at that, maybe it's something to do with the nerve. It's I don't know, it's too bright or something.
Yep.
It sees, like my eyes then translate bright fluoro pink as just a pale purple.
Ah.
Yeah, like
So if it's like fluorescent, it's like goes pale.
Yeah. But then fluorescent yellow, orange, I still see them.
Okay, just the pink has like some weird... Interesting. Very interesting. So do you find that being blind, because obviously you were full sight before you were 15, yeah?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Actually, how did you kind of go from being a teenager where you could see everything to just disintegrating to where it is now? Like how fast was that?
It was about 6 to 8 weeks around my 15th birthday.
Fuck,
So it was
2 months.
Less than a school term.
Jesus.
Yeah. How'd I go? Difficult. It was really, really, really hard mentally.
Yeah, I could imagine that's fast.
Yeah, it was scary.
Yeah. What? How did that start? Like, do you even know, or just happened out of nowhere?
Yeah, well, it was very out of nowhere. I remember this one day I was meeting this girl after school, and she went to school up the road. So I was Trinity, she was Mercedes, and I think we're going to go to Macca's or something down the road. I was in year 10, 15, as you've said. And I'm just waiting kind of down the road at the bus stop at a landmark, and I'm looking down the road to where she would have been walking to meet me. And I'm just thinking, oh, what's going on? This is odd. And I couldn't really see people that well, but as you do, you don't really think much about it. You're like, oh, maybe I have a bad day, bit tired, etc. And yeah, another day went by. Probably within 1 week, I'm like, oh, this is quite a bit more than just a couple bad days. Maybe I'm run down.
Yeah.
You don't think about it much when you're 15. You think I'm invincible. There's nothing wrong with me. And there was a whole pile of things. I played saxophone, and I started that when I was 10, and I was pretty good, but I kind of was at the point where I'm not really interested in practicing. I've had enough now, 5 years. I'd like to give it up, and I played in the school bands, the jazz band and hip hop and whatever. And I remember explaining all of this to my teacher, my saxophone teacher. I was like, mate, this is kind of my point. Like, I want to give it up, but my folks, I don't think they want me to, and I'm confiding in him. And I said, but honestly, I'm actually struggling to read the notes, the musical notes on the pages that I'm playing on. And he's like, oh, okay, well, maybe go to the doctor. I'm like, yeah, but like, honestly, I'm not making this up as an excuse. Like, I do want to give up, but I also can't see. And he's like, yeah, well, that's fine. I believe you. Because a lot of other kids, they probably just make something up. And I say that to mum. She's like, all right, fine, we'll go get it checked. And doctor didn't know what it was.
Really?
Well, meanwhile, it's been 2-3 weeks by now. So I've gone back into the classroom, from having the lessons every day in between classes and whatever, between maths and science. And from week 1 to like having slightly blurry teacher's face, not thinking much about it, to then week 3, I can hardly see the teacher. I'm like, oh, this is dead set serious now.
It's definitely something going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, mum took us to an ophthalmologist. The doctor didn't know what it was. We were like, oh, okay, this is concerning. It's significantly getting worse. And not behind my back, but without me being aware, I think parents would be thinking the absolute worst. What is this?
Definitely.
To lose your vision, and me telling them I can't see something so drastically, so rapidly quick, that's common sense would say, oh yeah, it's maybe a bit more severe than my son needs to get a pair of glasses. Something bad is going on here.
Yeah.
Like
as a parent, I would personally be like, fuck, what's going on?
That's it. Brain tumor straight away.
Well, yeah, just like, how the fuck is my kid going blind?
Yes.
Like, what could this be? It could be anything, yeah.
I've done nothing. Like, there hasn't really been any justification.
Yeah.
Just too much sport because, like, I was pretty good as a kid. Like, I wasn't drinking or drugs or anything like that, like some 15-year-olds were by then.
Yeah.
That was not my thing. So when ophthalmologist, so eye specialist, he didn't know. So we're getting scared even more. Then we go to Princess Margaret and, in hospital for a few days, eventually a neurologist, so a nerve surgeon specialist, like back, brain, head surgeon, diagnoses me, said, you're never going to see again. Oh, thanks, mate.
How was that kind of news to take? Was that just...
Absolutely heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ran out of the room in the hospital and one of my sisters ran after me and gave me a hug and, say no more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was shit. Very, very shit.
I couldn't imagine it. I really couldn't imagine just going, you're not going to be able to see more. It's nothing we can do.
Yeah.
And fuck. So, obviously do you finish high school? Yeah. How was that? Like going year 11, year 12 with 2% eyesight?
School were good. They were very supportive. Like even back then, even though it's not, I like to think a long time ago, but 22 years ago. They bought me a laptop, even though I was at private school at Trinity. It wasn't a thing then.
Yeah.
They got me a laptop. They put this special talking program on called JAWS, and JAWS would read out absolutely everything. I could search the internet. It'd be a bit more long-winded because it's harder for someone not sighted to sift through information like a sighted person can just see something quickly and go, oh, yeah, that's what I want to click on.
Yeah, you know what to skip. You'd be like, that's crap. I can imagine it would be. Thinking about it, as we were talking about in the car, going to Google and being like, I can't skip the first 3 results because they're nowhere near what I want. Like, you just got to listen
10
to it.
minutes later.
Yeah. Fuck.
Already sick of it. Yeah. I'm done. Yeah, just pass me anyway.
Yeah.
But the teachers were good. They would email me. They'd give me like CDs or whatever, DVDs. Don't even remember. But with like the assignments on, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So they would be flexible and like I did everything all the other kids did. I graduated. I did all the tests, all of that. I didn't choose to do TE, but I still graduated officially. Like I did all the subjects and passed, and it was just an alternative way. So I would email my assignments to my teacher, and instead of printing it out or
instead of handwriting it and handing it in, you just emailed it through.
Correct. Yeah. Just same but different. And doing tests, like if there was something more visual, then I would have a teacher's aide, and they would explain what the visual thing is, whether it's phys ed, things like that.
Yeah, and you just have to decipher it and figure it out from there kind of thing.
Yeah. So just alternative methods, but all honky-dory and passed and, went to graduation and it's all history 20 years ago now.
And you think, this is the question I mentioned before we started, do you think that going blind has heightened your other senses? Yeah,
completely. My sense of smell is my strongest.
Yep.
Yeah, I can pick women's shampoos, the scent, what it is. Could walk past someone. It's sometimes a bit weird. I won't do this unless I know who they are.
Yeah.
But I'll be with someone and I'll be like, I bet that's Dove or that's Clairol Herbal Essences. And I can pick it. And I've come up to people and, obviously like a person that's not a sociopath.
Yeah.
You read people's behaviour.
Yeah.
And they might be chatty to you, and then I'd be like, sweet, I reckon I can say, hey, are you wearing Britney perfume? And they'll be like, oh my God, I am. I'm like, yep, I pick it, and then it's kind of a bit of a cool icebreaker.
Yeah, because you're just like, how did you know that? And you're like, this is one of my skills.
That's right. But yeah, you do that to the wrong person, and I'm not going to see their facial expression, but I might get piss off kind of reaction.
Hearing their voice.
Maybe I shouldn't have said that.
Is there like a certain distance that you think you could smell something from, like pretty easily?
Good one. That is very difficult. I could be in the car, the window slightly down, maybe a kilometre from McDonald's or an Indian restaurant, and I'll sniff and I'll say to the person driving, we're near Macca's or a KFC or an Indian or Thai restaurant. Or, Subway. Subway to a lot of people has a very distinct smell.
Subway only has a smell if you're inside Subway to me.
Okay.
That's like you're not smelling Subway unless you're in it.
Yes.
And I do know the smell.
Yes.
But that's
you like it?
Nah.
No.
It reminds me of like their fucking disgusting scoop tuna shit they have.
Oh,
That's what it reminds me of. It doesn't smell like that, but that's the first thing that comes to my head is the tuna subs from Subway where they like have an ice cream scoop and they scoop their tuna out. And I was like, that shit looks fucked. Like, who wants to eat ice cream scoop fucking tuna ice cream? It's so gross.
Well, that's funny because that's one sub I've never eaten.
It's just looking at what it is in the container and then honestly using an ice cream scoop and scooping it out to put it on a tub.
Yeah.
I was like, that's fucking gross. Who wants to relate them two things together? No thanks.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't get that. I'd just get a chicken sub.
Yeah, okay. Something that's actually nice.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, anyway, like those smells I can pick up quite far away. And people will be like, no, we're not near that place. And I'll be like, hold on, like 10 more seconds. Like, oh yeah, we're going past one now. Well, there's a McDonald's. Yeah,
Jeez.
got it. I mean, sometimes I'm wrong. Like it might be a Hungry Jack's instead of McDonald's. But
it's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Them two are fucking borderline identical.
But yeah, I'd say that's my number one, strongest.
Yeah.
Touch is difficult. Like one of my jobs, it's not my business. My business is mobile dog washing, dog grooming. And don't worry, I don't drive myself. I have 2 assistants that drive my van for me. Otherwise, there'd be a lot of dead people on the road. But yeah, the other one, I work for a boss who's absolutely amazing. In a massage clinic, a sports massage clinic. So that I started obviously after I studied, graduated and studied my diploma. So I've got no comparison really with touch because a lot of these senses that I still have other than sight is based on comparison before I was 15.
Yeah.
So it's like how something has gone heightened compared to back then.
Yeah, that's a good point. Really,
so I never massaged other than giving my mum a shoulder rub when I was a kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can't really compare touch that much. Yeah, but then, so, and hearing, well, I listen to music.
Do you find, I've found with different speakers that I've got friends that taught me this, that you can hear different things with different speakers, like depending on the higher quality speaker.
I can hear you, I'm joking.
Oh. Fuck. You got me, motherfucker. Like you can hear smaller noises inside like music. Like do you find it way easier to hear like the whole song with all the little bits and pieces in it? Or do you find you have to have like a high quality speaker to hear something like really minute that's...
I don't know. I find music these days, artists are so good at twisting their voices. It's very hard to pick up exactly what lyric they're trying to pronounce, what word they're trying to say. So, I don't know whether I can answer that and say, yeah, I can hear all of it, whether I'm in tune to all aspects of it.
It might be a good test for you. Like, get someone to get some, like, high-end monitors and be like, get them to get you to sit right in the right... Like, my friend literally put me in a room and he's like, sit here, directed these speakers in certain directions and then put it on a certain volume and he's like, listen to this. And I was like, this is a different fucking song.
Yeah.
Like it changed what I was listening to. I was like, this is fucking insane. Like how is this the same song I've listened to for years, but I can hear all these other little bits and pieces in it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's one guy, I don't know whether it's a good example, but I really love St. John. And There's one song I heard like a bunch of times, and then I hear between the first half of the song, there's an artist singing. He's kind of more melodic, and then St. John is hip hop, so it's a collaboration. He then comes into the second half to do like a rap, I guess.
Yeah.
And before he starts his rap, he says, "This is St. John," and you hear him like, well, I only now hear the last few times I've heard it. I'm like, this is St. John. But before that, I wasn't really in tune to it.
Yeah.
I would then just hear him do the rap, but he's just whispering, "Yeah, this is St. John."
Yeah.
Just before he's about to do his part. So I don't know if that's what you kind of mean.
Yeah, it's kind of like, finding little nuggets inside of a song. Yeah. It's similar. Yeah.
Emphasised. Yeah.
Yeah.
Different angles. Yeah.
So with being blind, you've got a guide dog, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Nina.
And how hard is it to get around with a guide dog? Like, I imagine there's probably plenty of people that come up and just randomly try and pat your dog.
Yeah. Yeah, quite a few.
Yeah, like, because I know people that like, "Oh, dog," and then they just go and you're like, "Motherfucker."
Sorry, how did they say that?
This is mad. I'm like, don't be doing fucking attacking. Like,
Oh, dog.
I was bitten by a dog when I was 5, like pretty savagely.
Are you scared of them?
Not scared of dogs. I bred dogs as well.
Oh.
But I do understand that if you don't know a dog, you should be a little bit worried. Like, you shouldn't just walk up to them.
No.
Because they can fuck you up real quick.
Yeah, like a child. You just don't go up to a child and pat a child. Yeah. There's two things, they could just bite your hand off.
Yeah.
Or it's, number one, it's more inappropriate. You just don't go pat a child.
That's a really good way to look at it, actually. Like,
exactly the same.
yeah, don't go up and pat someone's kid. Like, don't go up and pat my dog. That's a really good way to look at it.
Yeah, you'll go to
I might say that instead of being like, that thing might bite you, just be like, "Would you like it to come and pat your kid, motherfucker?" Like,
that's right.
actually, I wouldn't. That's a good point.
yeah. They are exactly the same thing. They're both inappropriate and not both bite you.
Yeah.
Maul you.
So do you find that happens a lot, and does it make it hard to like get around?
I've got to have like a bit of a show face.
Yeah.
Because I'm generally in, not just public, but in an area where there's more than one person, usually. So there's the occasions where I'm at a bus stop and there might be one person standing there and no one else, and they'll say, "Oh, can I pet your dog?" And yeah, I can kind of open up more and say the reasons why. But I've got to choose my delivery or my response. So if I'm in an area where I know there's a bunch of people and someone's like, "Oh, hey, can I touch your dog?" And I'm like, "No, please don't. They're working." And that's all I need to say. I don't need to give them my life story or justification why, because I don't know it to them.
Yeah.
But if it goes further, it really depends. I've got to think on the spot. But at the end of the day, I'm in a position where my dog's from Guide Dogs WA. Like, I'm a poster person for them in a way, because I am supplied the dog from them and the dog helps me, and I can't be shown to be disrespectful to other people. Even though, like, if they are disrespectful to me, it doesn't necessarily justify me being an asshole to them, but it means that usually I can push more the emphasis back off, and usually then other people jump in anyway, and other people will say, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
You don't have the right to abuse that person. Like, what makes you think you can talk to that dog? He's already let you know in a polite way, don't. It is a guide dog. And they're like, "Oh, but I thought you can. I didn't know there's rules." And, well, yeah, people try and backfoot it, backpedal.
Yeah, I can say that.
But I've been in multiple situations. Taxis,
Taxis?
Oh, yeah, many. They've said, "No, we don't take pets." "Oh, no, it's not a pet. It's a guide dog." Meanwhile, I shouldn't even have to say that.
Yeah.
Because all of them have stickers saying no smoking, no eating, and then a circle, all these circles on the side of their window, and then a circle with guide dog not crossed out. So it's demonstrating guide dogs are allowed. So, yeah, and I'm like, "Look on your window." "Oh, yeah, but that I don't know what that is." It's like, wow, this is just terrible. And you're meant to be able to, provide a service for people that clearly can't drive.
That's their actual whole job.
Restaurants, I've been refused. It keeps coming back often to ignorance. So people that aren't aware, and then I explain it, and they still think my elaborate story.
Elaborate. I'm blind. I have a dog. Yep. Oh, elaborate. So you're like, "Motherfucker." Fuck you.
Yeah, and I've come up with, building this special harness that says I'm a working guide dog on the panel on top of the harness. Please don't touch me. With a handle on the harness. Yeah, just to go out for dinner to bring my dog. Yeah, it's pretty far-fetched, and then they still say, no, we don't accept pets.
Really?
I just explained for 5 minutes that I shouldn't have had to explain that it's actually a guide dog because I can't see. And now everyone in your restaurant's listening to me do this, and it's embarrassing, and I don't want to eat here anymore anyway.
Yeah, you've made me want to fucking get out of here because you're dicks. Could you just let me have some food, you cunts.
Yeah. So putting it politely, it's often ignorance. It's people that don't know what they are. And
who the fuck doesn't know a guide dog exists nowadays? That to me is like, everyone knows that they exist, right? Maybe not, according to what you say, but...
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, but there's a lot of good things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's like, I guess your biggest hurdle is obviously, you've mentioned it there with the guide dog. Do you ever go anywhere without your guide dog? Like, can you... Like, you've come here without her.
Yeah. If I'm with someone I trust, if I'm walking with someone holding their arm, with my family, if I go somewhere I know that's not that difficult, I've already been many times, all the people that I'm with will say, all right, Jeremy, there's a curb. Now, lift your leg, lift your foot. Yeah. Easy places. But most of the time I'd have her if I'm on my own.
Yeah. Yeah. Because then, obviously that makes it way easier to go around.
Yeah.
Oh, drink?
Thanks.
No problems at all. I'll ask you a question before I go to drink.
Yeah.
So obviously, is this your first guide dog?
Nah, Nina, she's my second dog. I had Presley before her. I had him for 11 years. Beautiful boy. He lived till he was 13. And then it was literally, I think, 2 weeks after Corona hit in Perth. That's when I had to put him down. He went downhill very quickly. So I guess it was a crazy year for a lot of people.
COVID was fucking weird times, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Do you want a beer or a soju?
I'll grab beer. Thanks, mate. Yeah.
You've got your opener over there, right?
I do, yeah.
There you go, it's right next.
Thank you.
No problems at all. Just to your... I'll get rid of that.
Cheers.
I had a weird question in my head, but it went away. It'll come back. So, what motivated you to become a triathlete after going blind? Like, how did you go from, out of high school, all right, I'm going to start living life. Fuck this, I'm going to do a triathlon.
I think it was kind of midway through my swimming career that I thought, let's do something different, because I'd been swimming for quite a while and I wanted to break it up.
Were you swimming before you went blind?
Yeah, I was, but it wasn't really. I would say I was half decent, like average, half decent.
Yeah.
Not good to great.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was more like in between a couple of my big competitions that I thought, I want to do something different. I'm sick of swimming, and then I thought, triathlons, that'll be a bit of fun, something different. Like my first one I aimed for, I thought, half Ironman, that'd be good. Like I've kind of always aimed for things that are a bit perceivably bigger than people usually do. Yep. So not just start with a mini one. I started with the half, which was just under 2 kilometre swim, 90 kilometre ride, and then the half marathon run, so 21k run.
Jesus.
I loved it. I mean, it hurt, but I loved it. And I did 3 of them, and then I did the smaller ones too.
So. How do you go about doing that blind? Like, I thought when I heard that you were a swimmer and you'd done the Rottnest swim, I was like, how the fuck do you know where you're going?
Yeah.
Like, what is the process of doing like a half Ironman while you're blind?
Logistically. So with a swim, it's pretty straightforward. It took a little while to work out what the tethering system would be, but I've got this tether that was formulated, which it's a thick Velcro strap. It goes around my upper thigh as high as I can, so it doesn't slip down my leg, nice and tight. A 1 metre long bungee cord that's attached to that strap. And then on the other end of it, there's another Velcro strap, and that goes around my guide swimmer's thigh as well.
Okay.
They are literally my eyes. They will sight the buoys, whatever the swimming course is, and they'll try and accommodate for me next to them as much as possible, which is very tricky if there's a lot of swimmers around us.
I can imagine that's like, they're doing like, I guess, a two-person job because they have to not only just swim where they need to go, but they have to accommodate for wherever your line is leading you to make sure that you kind of go inside the buoys as well, right?
Yeah, and not hit too many people. And there's a lot of hands in the head,
Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes people will try and swim in between us, not realise, oh yeah, that's a blind bastard. and I'm swimming in between these two people that are attached, or maybe they just thought we're romantic. We just want to, we're really, really, really good mates.
Yeah. So what happens if the Velcro kind of like peels off, or that doesn't really happen very often?
It does a little bit. Like it'll go down often one of our legs a little bit, and then we'll just grab each other. Or, I'll grab them, they'll grab me. So we'll just stop and then tighten the Velcro strap. But it's thick. It's like double the width of a surf Velcro one that goes around an anchor.
Okay, yeah. So that's probably not coming
wide, off. Around like the whole thigh.
Yeah.
It's not just skinny. So it works out really well. And then the ride is the most simplistic because it's a tandem bike. A lot of people ask this question, but to prevent stupidity, my sighted person is on the front. I'm not on the front because they have to see where we're going.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They are doing the guiding.
So do they pedal or are they just steering? They pedal as well?
Yeah, we both pedal. The pedals are synchronised, all 4 pedals. But they steer, do the gears, the brakes, and they'll just tell me, okay, we're going around a corner, we're leaning left or leaning right slightly, and I basically just go with the feel of it.
Yeah.
And then the run is very similar to the swim, but it's a bit of a shorter tether we just hold on to between both of our hands. Maybe it's like half a metre long.
Yeah.
Another just bungee. And it's easier than the swim because you can verbally communicate. Okay, we're going up a hill in 50 metres. Get ready, pick your feet up a little bit. We're going around a corner, and then we would have done our first 7 kilometres of the half Ironman or half marathon,
Yeah. So I guess for your teammate, that's kind of like they're doing a little bit extra than what they normally would in that half Ironman.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah. So that must be like, is there any kind of specific training they do that's different to what they would normally do to do it?
Not overly, really. Just at least doing a bit of prep with me so that they are used to guiding. The tandem bike is important.
Because I imagine you throw off weight pretty easy if you just, like, I imagine someone on the back of a bike just swinging wherever they want would make you stack it pretty good.
Definitely, yeah. Luckily that hasn't happened. But, like you do have to go with the feel of it.
Yeah.
And it's not natural for everyone, especially if you can't see.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine. Like, I think about doing stuff blind all the time just to kind of like, I've thought about it since I was a kid. It's like, this is such a weird thing to lose. Like, losing your hearing, losing your sight. Sense of taste, sense of smell, I wouldn't give a shit, really. To be fair, I'd probably be healthier if they were gone.
Yeah. You just eat veggies.
Dude, if I had no sense of taste, I wouldn't drink Coke anymore. So winning.
Yeah, that's true. What's the point?
Yeah. I'm just pointlessly killing myself. But sight and hearing, I find you would just lose so much like sense of how to live. So I think about it a lot because I'm like, it's a fun thought experiment. Like if I lost this, how do I do this? How do I do this?
Yeah. I get sad every day. Yeah.
What's that?
Nah. I said I get sad every day.
Fuck.
Yeah. Nah.
You've done stuff that a lot of people haven't even done that have sight. Like doing the Rottnest swim, you won't catch me dead doing that. I can't even fucking swim, so I've got no chance there.
I'd love to teach you.
I don't really like the water, to be honest with you.
I don't want to teach you.
Yeah. I've had quite a few people I nearly drowned a couple of times as a kid, and I'm just like, it's not that I'm scared of it. I just, I don't like the beach. Like, I hate sand.
Yeah.
Hate salty water.
Okay.
So I'm just like, fuck that place. And then it's like in a pool, I'm like, I don't really care.
Doesn't do it for you.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I think it's like, it's not enough adrenaline, maybe. Like I like more lunatic-y shit.
Yeah.
Surfing might be, but then I have to deal with salty water and sand, which I'm like, that sucks.
Yeah, so it's counteracted by not...
Just being uncomfortable. Like that feeling of like sand in your crotch or fucking salty water when you get out. I hate that. I hate feeling salty and sandy. It sucks. I don't know.
I'm the same. Like, sand doesn't faze me too much, like on my feet. But yeah, I'm exactly the same, believe it or not. I have to have a nice fresh shower afterwards. Like, warm one, not cold, ideally. But yeah. I get out. I don't like the feeling of having salty face afterwards.
Yeah, it does my head in. I don't even like, if I get dirt on my hands, I kind of wash it. I'm a bit soft like that.
Yeah.
I was like, what's your problem? I just, I don't know, feel it and I hate it. And I'm like, get away from me. Someone's probably going to watch this podcast and be like, you're fucking autistic, I told ya. Fuck off.
Disability to disability podcast.
So what's kind of like, because I read, I think you've got a record, right?
Record.
A swimming record?
Possibly. I don't know. I've had a couple.
You've had, but have you lost them? Is that what's happened? Or
yeah, probably. I've got one unofficially, I reckon, but it needs to be officially ratified. Probably the biggest one I'm proud of in my life.
Yep. What was that?
So that was completing my longest swim from a group of islands called the Abrolhos Islands to Geraldton.
Yes, I know where that is, only because I not recently, it was probably like 2 years ago now, I drove up to Carragini and then to Exmouth and back down. So I found out what that place was. If you'd said this 2 years ago, I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes.
But yes.
It's about, it's not as far as Carragini. It's like 4.5 hours north of Perth, off Geraldton.
But it's like the islands are far out. Like it's a further swim than Rottnest, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So Pelsart group, which is the southern group. There's over 100 islands in total. There's like southern, mid and northern. Pelsart, can't remember the middle. And then the northern group is called Wallaby. But yeah, like just from the southern to the northern group, they span over 30 kilometres in distance just themselves, right?
Fuck.
Yeah, and like I said, over 100 islands. But the southern, Pelsart, straight across to Geraldton is the closest to Gero.
Yeah.
So that's where I did. I swam from an island called Long Island and also called Pelsart Island, to be confusing. And the locals say Pelsart. So I swam from there to Pages Beach, like Pages off a book, and that was 66K. So it was like three and a bit roto crossings, basically.
How long does that take?
That was 24 hours and 20 minutes.
You swam for 24 hours straight?
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
That's fucked.
Yeah, you were talking about adrenaline. I was going to actually interject and say, try swimming just any distance at night time, just in the middle of the ocean.
And blind.
Maybe that would, yeah. You know? But still being able to see that it's pitch black.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's proper blackness.
Yeah.
In the fucking... Fuck. 24 hours. Like, did you... Obviously, you didn't eat, right?
Oh, yeah. You
just swim.
Nobody can exercise that long and not consume energy. Yeah.
So
I didn't eat traditional food like you would in a day.
And you just like backstroking it.
I didn't have a ham salad roll, you know. I'd have water. Water's a must. But Coca-Cola. I'd have Powerades. I'd have bottles of water, gels, which triathletes, marathon runners, stuff like that will have. They're like high energy, just gels you can just squeeze. They've got sugar, carbohydrates in.
Yep.
And a couple of them in a water bottle diluted with water, right? So I'm forcing hydration and I'm forcing myself to have energy. And then the other thing, because it was September, so it's after winter, so it's cold, I was having porridge, like, excuse me, sachets of porridge in like a Glad sealed bag.
Yeah.
Just a clear one with a bit of a cut off in the corner, so I could just squeeze that in, but it'd be with water, not with milk, because you imagine you're swimming, you're going up and down in the ocean, rough water. It doesn't matter if you're lactose intolerant or anything. No one should have milk while they're swimming.
Yeah.
So yeah, which is fine. Like I'd just have it with water. I didn't mind, and it kind of would be warm. So the porridge was ticking 2 boxes. It was warming me up a little bit, considering it was cold, and it was kind of long-standing energy, low GI or whatever they call it.
So how do you consume that while you're swimming? Do you stop and jump on a boat?
No, not allowed to. I can't even hold on to one of my support kayakers onto their kayak. So what they'll do is they'll go to the boat. They'll get the food that they're going to give to me before it's time to stop me or stop my guide swimmer that's next to me. They'll give a signal. They'll stick their paddle, like their kayak paddle, in front or wave at them and probably tap on their watch like that. And then my guide swimmer, who can see, they would then grab me to stop me. I would then just be treading water, head above the water, rough. Sometimes I'd get waves in the face. I'd be holding, like sculling the water with one hand. So sculling means keep my head up. The other one trying to prevent water going in my mouth, like ocean water.
Yeah, so you can actually
grabbing quickly whatever food or drink or energy I'm having at the time. Suck it down, drink it down quickly. A minute later, all right, thanks, mate. Thanks, chick. Off we go again for another 30, 40 minutes till our next break.
Fuck.
All the way to the end.
So really, it's like every 30 minutes you have like a 30-second, 1 minute break to scull something, then go.
Yeah, unless there's a moment where one of my swimmers is sick, which happens. My kayakers aren't well, where, I'm feeling extra weak and I needed more energy and I hadn't quite had enough, and I'm still learning to this day, 2 years later. Like, you don't want to know how little I consumed on Saturday, food-wise. I think I had about 7 lollies, and in 10 hours of swimming, I think I had 12 gels, which last about half hour each, and I had like 2 little bottles of Coca-Cola. So, like for 10 hours of Rottnest swim, you should have a lot, like triple that amount of food.
Even fucking 10 hours of swimming is wild, hey? Like, that's so long. 24 hours is insane. I'm thinking about doing anything for 24 hours, and swimming is not even close to something I'd consider.
Sleeping sounds good. Sleeping 24 hours.
Nah, fuck that. That's as bad as swimming to me. If I sleep for 24 hours, I'm staying up for a whole week.
Yeah.
That's like
make up for it.
Yeah, I don't really like sleeping. I do it because I have to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I made some really fun equation quite a few years ago now, probably like 10 years ago, maybe a bit longer, where I was like, if I only sleep for 6 hours a night instead of 8, then I get 2 hours extra per day to do shit, which means at the end of the week, I got 14 extra hours.
Yeah, day and a half.
Yeah.
Of working hours.
Yeah. I was like, that's a whole day.
Yeah.
I got a free day where everyone else is like behind.
Yes. That's a very positive way of looking at it.
Yeah, I was like, I just wanted to get more shit done.
Yeah. And would you actually be productive?
I was, yeah. I got to a point like 5.5 hours a night was kind of like I could do that consistently and not be fucked.
I couldn't.
But if I slept for 2 minutes less on that 5.5 hours, I'd be fucked for a week.
Yeah, right. Wow, you got it down to a T.
I was getting pretty freakish with
athlete.
it. Yeah.
You're a slathlete.
Like the opposite of like an athlete. Like,
yeah.
like
I can't handle less.
I want to be awake longer. Then I got it to like 6 was like good because you could like fuck up. And I got really good like power naps.
Yeah.
Like there's a whole science on power naps. You can have a 20-minute nap and you'll get like 4 hours.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like keep ticking over 4 more.
Yeah.
So if you're exhausted at 4 in the afternoon,
just have a 20-minute power nap.
And you'll then last till 9 o'clock at night still.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I am like, my body, if I sleep during the day, it's 20 minutes every time.
Yeah.
I'll wake up knowing like I'm going to sleep and I'll have an alarm set for 25. I'll wake up at 20.
Yeah.
Every time. And I'm just like, yep, cool, we're good to go.
I mean, I have heard that, but I don't know a lot about this. Yeah, my nap is hour and a half, ideally.
Yeah, it's like there's like areas where it's like really bad. Like if you wake up at like 50, you've just hit deep sleep and you're fucked. You wake up groggy and you're like, ugh.
Yeah, counterproductive.
Yeah. Whereas 20, it's like you can be like full beans. Like you were never sleeping. Especially if you're like carcass tired as well, which happens to me. I'll be like dead and I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
Sleep for 20 minutes, catch up.
I feel like I have felt like that. I just don't want to admit it because I just love the time to get back into bed, not just lie on a couch and commit and just go, okay, this is it. Like,
I'll do it in my bed.
Seriously commit. Oh, you will?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like if I know I'm fucking...
And that's enough.
Yeah, if I've got no one around, I'll just fucking like strip off, get into my bed, set the alarm to 25 and just fucking pass out and then wake back up and like, see, I'm good to go.
Yeah, that's motivated.
Yeah. I've just got really good at doing it. And it helps because like I used to play a lot of poker when I owned a poker company and I'd work during the day. So I sometimes would get home to like 2 or 3 at night.
Yeah.
And then I'd have to get up, take the kids to school, then fucking go do my job.
Yeah.
So it's like I have to have power naps.
Yeah.
Because like I'm trading time in
just
different...
to maintain.
Yeah. That's kind of where I figured it out. I was like, I was doing too much shit. And I was like, I got to do this.
Good on you.
Yeah. But now it's like I try and have like 7 or 8 because I dream more.
Okay.
And there's a whole weird world in dreams that I'm trying to explore.
Okay.
Yeah, there's...
You should write a book.
Nah, I don't have enough information yet.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe one day, but not yet.
Yeah.
Not on that. So given you were saying like you get a lot of sight at like the peripherals, like the bottom.
Yeah, not a lot. Like, that's just the better.
I guess like the most for you is what I mean by a lot.
Yeah,
in my head, I'm like 2%. You can see something, and that's more than nothing. So do you get it at the sides of your eyes as well, and the top, or just the bottom?
Everywhere around.
Yeah.
And basically in the middle, that's all like the worst fuzzy bit.
Just pixelated.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you see stuff to the side, like how detailed is things off to the side?
So just when you did that, I could see...
Like my hands like that?
Yeah. It's still fuzzy, but it's not as fuzzy.
Okay.
And I could make out that all of a sudden... I think it helps in this room because there's a bright light in here and it's black. It sounds contradictory.
Yeah.
But there's a bright light enough to, accentuate when you stuck your arms out.
Yeah.
And then you look black too. Are you wearing all black?
I'm wearing all black, yeah.
Yes, okay. Yeah. And then you're Caucasian, right?
Yes.
Like me. So when your arms go out...
I like how you asked that. I didn't think you would know if I'm black or white. That's quite... that didn't cross my mind at all.
It could be yellow or pink or orange. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it's the $1 million question. I always say none of my family member who know me the closest know exactly what I see. I always think of new ways I can kind of describe it. I just can't completely describe it. But
yeah, I think the pixelation really gives me a good idea because I had a thing where like I was trying to just function with a low amount of sleep. Like I get eye fatigue really bad. So I have to wear glasses because my eyes just fucking go lazy and just anything close just goes really blurry. And I had like fuck all sleep. And the lower amount of sleep I have, the worse my eyes get. And I was like, you know what? I'm fucking sick of this. Like maybe I can repair my eyes. But I'll just like start kind of crying if I've like awake for 20 hours, 24 hours and I don't have my glasses on and I'm just like fucking trying to make them work.
Yeah.
It's hell dumb, but I just...
Yeah.
I'm like, I can heal these or something. I just have some like stupid idea like this will work.
Oh, well, no. I mean, there is a lot of things that can be done with eyes.
Yes.
Eye health, absolutely.
But I did start getting like, I called them, you might have heard like eye worms or something like that, but I started getting like pixels like in my eyes, like looking like they were going dead.
Yes,
I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, is this just what happens? And it was just interesting that that's how you explained it because I was like, is this just what you go blind? You just like lose pixels? Like are our eyes just digital monitors? And I'm like, because our brains work off electricity, I was like, fuck, maybe they are.
Yeah. Well, basically like you were saying, my cable or cord is not sending the right messages from the brain anymore.
Yeah.
And like the brain's the computer, the cord is part of the keyboard or whatever, and then the screen is my eyes.
Yeah.
So the cord in between is not working.
Yeah, the signal just doesn't go correct.
Yeah. But if it's the eyes, I mean, there's so much that can be done with eyes these days. Just unfortunately not for me.
Yeah, because yours is behind the eye. That's fuck.
But I'm not unhappy. I'm very happy.
Getting things done. Here's a weird question for you, right? If you had a choice to be born with your eyesight you are now, or to have lost your sight at 15, what would you do?
The second.
The second?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would rather have seen and then lose than
exactly how it's happened to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the opposite. I had someone ask me this question the other day because I was talking about you coming on the podcast. And I was like, I'd rather be blind. I'd rather be flat out. I mean, you've got 2%, so you're not totally blind. But like if I had pure darkness, I was like, I think I would rather just be born like that and just go through not knowing, because I feel like the world of having and then lost is more frustrating than not having it all.
Yeah. Yeah, and I totally get that as well.
Yeah.
So there's heaps of components to that. It's all crystal ball, once again. You don't know how you would react, respond, deal with a situation until you go through it, right? And I don't. But now I do.
Yeah.
And I still don't, because if I was born blind, then that's how that would have been my norm.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not how it went for me. What I like to think is that I had, like I said 10 minutes ago, amazing support, and I still do. My family especially. And I met a whole bunch of people back then at the Blind Association. Now it's like visibility. So Association for the Blind. People that are blind, vision impaired, that have going on, keep doing things, and prove and have chatted with me. Life goes on. Whoopie-doo. You can't see. Like, we all have something. That's one of my big beliefs. There's always a positive out of every negative. It's a bit of a motto I came up with when I lost my vision. I know, a bit quirky, but
it's true, man. That's yin yang, dude. That's how life is. There is a positive that comes from everything bad. There is a bad that comes from everything positive.
Yeah,
I live by that.
Yeah, Oh, that's awesome. And I think everyone has their situations. So granted, yes, everyone has the right to be upset. And trust me, I was, and I have my days where I get upset. Usually, it's about other things, not to do with my eyesight. But yeah, like whatever. If it's just other things. Like everyone gets not that happy sometimes.
Yeah.
But I tend to think, unless something's legitimately diagnosed, depression or whatever, you've got the right. Just try not let it absorb or take control of your life day after day after day. And that's what I didn't let happen to me. So the upside to not only did I let it not consume my life when I turned 15, because I tried to focus on positive things and have amazing family and support around me, was the fact that so many people can't tell when they meet me. If I don't have Nina with me, my dog, out in public, I might just be standing next to a friend and I'm meeting a whole group of new people. We're chatting and all of a sudden something comes up, and I can't really give an example, but it's amazing how often things will come up that are visual. Like, oh, did you see that? Or can you see that over there? Or what's that person doing? Like, someone will just comment, oh, what a silly person. They're, I don't know, just doing something quirky.
Yeah.
And just in conversation, I'm like, oh, sorry, guys, I actually can't see. I'm legally blind. They're like, what? Your friend didn't tell us that. And
because there's no need for it yet.
That's right. And I'm not all weird about it. I'm like, yeah. And then, often it's kind of good. It's not awkward. Like, they're like, oh, wow, you can't see. What? How much can you see? And like, it's an icebreaker.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I make it positive. So people cannot tell more often than actually tell. So I like to think that I'm not that goofy. And, like blind people that are born blind can behave, act incredibly well. And I think I've just
normal
been
people,
told,
really. Like, you just can't see.
Yeah, and that's right. But I think there's been a bit of a difference. Sometimes to my deficit, people have not believed me. And yeah, like
such a weird thing.
Discriminatory. Yeah, and that hasn't made me happy. Not in a positive way where people are, you look right at me and yeah, I just didn't notice, because there's a bit of a stigma. Some people will say, oh, I thought blind people will not really look that properly, or they will conduct themselves differently. Like, you weren't fumbling around everywhere when you're sitting at the table, you're reaching for your food or reaching for your glass to drink out of, your glass of water or whatever it is. Then you're conducted in a different physical manner.
Yeah, it's that ignorance thing again. It's just people like being like, oh, I expected a blind person to be like this, instead of being like, oh, I get to meet a blind person and this is how you work.
Yeah.
They're just like, yeah,
But there's half-truths.
That's so ignorant.
There is half-truths.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, my family have met people that have more vision than me,
yeah.
still vision impaired, and they're like, Jerry, you do move more able. Yeah. And friends have said that too. They're like, yeah. And,
well, I would
believe.
probably put that down to, I guess, your motivation. Because, I mean, you do things that are fucking difficult. Swimming for 24 hours is
wow,
fucking insane.
It's just a goal, I guess. Thanks. No yeah, it's just like, that's me. I don't think it's got to do with my vision. I think it's purely just.
Have you got a specific type of soju flavour you want, or is any of them?
Any, thanks.
All right.
Yeah, like.
You've got a great one.
Everyone has things that they enjoy.
Yeah.
Things that you like to do, things that I like to do.
Yeah, well, one of my favourite things, if I was blind, I wouldn't be able to do, which is playing video games.
Then you find another way of doing
it. Yeah.
Or if you can't, you then find something else that you can be maybe not highly passionate, because not everything has to be highly passionate about, but find something else that you're like, you know what, like life still goes on. I can still be fulfilled doing this instead.
What's become the hardest thing about being blind? Like, what has been something that has frustrated you the most when you lost your sight, or like at any point since then?
There's probably a couple of things, but first thing that is a bit cliche, corny, I like to think loving, is not seeing my family and the people close to me, their faces.
Yeah.
Unless I'm inappropriate distance.
Yeah.
And it's not practical. And then next level, people that aren't close to me, figuratively speaking, are like you. I can't see you at all from here. So, I have to learn the enunciations. I have to learn to be a good listener, even though I'm male. My exes or whatever would probably say I'm a terrible listener. I think we've got a stigma there, stereotype men. But yes, I think technically I have to be a good listener, and I have to compensate in all those ways.
You probably get really good at picking up on like vocal cues of like understanding what people's emotions are going through and how they're speaking, the way they speak, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I like to think so. Not all the time. But yeah.
Well, some people just speak like drones, so
Yes. Yeah. I probably don't involve with those very often because it's just difficult to have a chat. But like that in terms of the sentiment, I miss that. I miss that a great deal. It's huge. People don't think about. I mean, a lot of things people don't realise when they don't have a disability. Oh, I want to, wake up every day. Oh, I'm so glad I've got both of my legs. So glad I'm fully hearing and fully sighted. Like, hardly anyone would do that.
I do that.
Really?
I do. Yeah.
Every day you wake up.
Not every day. I try to do it every day, but some days I'm just fucking hate the world. So I don't sit there and go like, thankfully, but like it's like a whenever I'm really foul about shit that I've got no reason to be pissed off about. Like if I've got a reason to be pissed off, like I've got people trying to fuck up my life, I'm like, they're cunts, they're making my day suck. Then I don't really do it as much. But if it's like I'll wake up, don't worry, I'll laugh at myself too. but if I wake up and just like I guess say like depression.
Yeah.
I will be like, man, you've got clean water. Do you know how fucking good having clean water is? Like you don't drink brown water. It's like that's why I think about like pretending to be blind or pretending to not have hearing, because I'll be like, well, you have that. What would it be like if you didn't? And then I'll think about what it would be like if I didn't. And then that puts me in this, like, oh, actually, that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Helps you appreciate it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But then, question on top of that, do you deliberately focus on those things when you're not pissed off? Do you wake up or do you get home from work? Oh, yeah, today was a reasonable day, just a Joe Blow day. Get home and go, maybe not necessarily pray, but just acknowledge, wow, I'm so glad.
I wish I did it more.
Have cancer or whatever.
I wish I did it more, but I do it 2 out of 3 days a week. like 2 out of 3 days. So it'd be like,
That's fantastic.
yeah.
Well, you're a bad example. I shouldn't have said that because you do exactly what I said. I reckon most people don't do.
Most people don't. You are one, like most people don't. But it's something I learned to do.
Yeah.
It's something I learned to do when I was really young. Actually, this will probably be the first time I considered doing it. Sorry, these drinks are making me fucking burp. Oh, fuck ton. Finally, I'll bring this up on the pod. You can't see them, but this is a drink that I've been trying to get for like 15 years. Bundy Dry and Lime. I fucking got them. They came back.
Yeah, right.
It's a green can. Yeah, I used to drink it when I was a teenager. And they stopped releasing it.
18, right?
No. Definitely before that. Not 13, but 16, 17, yes. But what was I saying? Yeah, so the first time it happened to me was like year 5, maybe year 4. I think it was year 4. The episode of South Park came out where they had Starvin' Marvin, right? And they used to have all the world fucking famine ads on TV, and you'd see all the Ethiopians that like didn't have food and shit.
Yeah.
And I hate food. I hate so much food. I'm really fussy.
Oh wow, that's handy. Wish I was like that.
Sucks. It's mostly healthy food that I hate. So
yeah, that's the only food.
It's not good. I really love bad deep fried food. It's fucked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
right.
But I hate like healthy stuff. It's terrible. But I remember being like, I was having an exceptionally shit week, probably a shit year at that point in time, to be fair. My life was pretty fucked back then. Oh. But I seen like this Ethiopian kids on the World Famine. I didn't give a fuck then. I was like, whatever. But then when they portrayed it on South Park and they had Starvin' Marvin and they were like teasing it, but like they bring him into like a real world, like really showed what it was for that Starvin' Marvin to be a part of like South Park. That's where it actually clicked. I was like, my life might fucking suck, but my life is not that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not an Ethiopian in a war-torn country where there's no fucking food and there's brown water and it's fucked.
Yeah.
And, like, I would say to myself as a kid, like, at least you're not Starvin' Marvin, dude.
Yeah.
That was the first time I had, like, that's where it could be so much worse.
It's a good metaphor, isn't it?
Yeah. It's pretty fucked up to think as a kid that's where I went, but that's how
well, that's
where I started.
Forward thinking, very insightful, especially if you're year 5.
Yeah, I had to look.
Years old. You're only 120 months. That's not very old.
Yeah.
You're a 120-month-old baby.
No. So it was like year 5. So it would have been like 9 or 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 10 years old. Yeah. 10 times 12.
Yeah.
So you're just a 120-month-old baby.
I'm still dumb. I'm good at maths.
It's very insightful.
I didn't click that
one. Yeah, but good on you. I mean, yeah, we've acknowledged, both of us, not many people do think like that. And not to their fault either. Like,
no one tells you to.
Like, the only thing I really do, and it's nowhere near as often as you, so every so often, maybe once a month, I'll just randomly think, oh, God. And maybe without realising, I go past someone that's sneezing or someone that is coughing or something. I'll think innately, oh, God, I'm glad I don't have a cold. It always sucks having a cold. Like, for a few days, you're just feeling a bit crappy.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, yeah, it's good to be healthy. Well, healthy, I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows? But
hey, you can swim for 24 hours. You must be pretty fucking healthy.
Just stupid.
I'm dead.
Not mentally healthy.
In that long in the water, I'm fucking dead.
But, yeah, like, it's just having that realisation. Yeah.
Yeah. It's helpful. Like, if everyone could spend one day thinking, what am I actually grateful for? Fuck, you'd be surprised how much it would change your life, I think.
Put you in check.
Yeah. Like, you've got pretty good shit going on, even if your life fucking sucks.
Yes.
Like, there's still something good going on, no matter how shit it gets. Like, unless you're fucking the torso from one Metallica. I know I don't listen to Metallica, but the video clip, it's literally a torso and a head. Okay. And the whole song is like, I cannot live, I cannot die.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dumb.
That's fucked.
Yes.
If you're a torso, like...
Well, you know what? I probably would have come across a few human beings not far off that at the Paralympics.
Really? Just like talk? Yeah. I suppose there is like some pretty crazy...
Severe categories. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then on the flip side, Darcy, I would also say I'm not all... if martyry is the right word about the thinking. So people say, we have to feel so bad about where we live in our country. And this, I don't like to get political because I'm not really, to be honest. But I guess with the flip side, thinking we should feel terrible about how lucky we are. And we
shouldn't feel terrible about it. You should feel thankful.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I also don't think we should feel bad because, you're an exception, it sounds like. Most people don't. And people, with both my jobs, especially my massage job, you talk a lot to clients and vice versa. Well, they'll talk a lot to me. And it'll come up. They'll be like, "Oh wow, you can't see. Oh, I take that for granted." I'm like, "No, you don't need to take it for granted because it's quite an unusual thing to think. Oh, I'm so glad I can. I'm hopping behind the wheel and I can see every day to drive my car. Well, it's just how it is. That's how you are.
Well, it's not. You shouldn't feel bad for it. You should feel grateful. I think feeling bad because you've got something better is. I used to hate people for being rich. I used to fucking hate them.
They are how they are.
Well, it's like when I grew up around rich kids is where it started. Was my hate for rich people. As I got older, I realized I'm being a dickhead. Like I can't hate
reasonable.
people. Well, they're doing better than me, and I hate them. Like it's realistically just jealousy.
Yes.
Formed into hate.
Yeah.
And it's like that's dumb.
Yeah.
Like I'm making myself have a shittier life because I refuse to be friends with someone that's got more money.
Yeah.
That's dumb. Yeah. That's just fucking
and
stupid.
they may end up being unhappy anyway, and we don't even know that.
Yeah, but it's like
Not that you want that out of them, but
no, but it happens.
You really don't know.
Yeah, I know some loaded people that aren't having a good time. It happens.
Miserable.
It's part of it. But it's the idea is like you hate someone because they're born in a country. Well, they're born there. That's
exactly.
Or you can be like, oh, fucking, I should be pissed off that I'm born here. It's like, well, no, that just happened. That's
Correct.
what the card you drew, dude.
But then how much should you be grateful? I mean, should you feel bad that, you're not remembering to be grateful every single week?
I think you should feel bad about that. I think it's just if it'll make you feel better if you do.
Yes.
If you're grateful, you'll feel better.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah. Like once you realize what you've got, you're like, fuck, yeah, I do have it pretty good.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, maybe I'm being pissed off or sad about something when it's really like, that's a small problem.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Focus on it a bit more often.
Yeah. I think it makes you feel better. That's how it's been a way I've got myself out of stuff.
It's a great way of thinking.
Yeah. I have the Monty Python quote, always look on the bright side of life, tattooed on my chest.
Okay.
For that reason.
That movie.
Yeah. It's like when he's pinned up, The Life of Brian. He's pinned up on a cross at the very end of the movie.
Yes.
And there's a bunch of people on a cross and they sing a song like, always look on the bright side of life. And they're literally dying.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it's
the first bit, not the dying bit.
Well, it's an oxymoron. It's like there's cunts dying and they're like, this is fine. You got to look at the right side.
Yeah. It's a funny movie though, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah. It's a full take the piss.
Movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought so.
It got banned in countries when it came out because it was like The Life of Brian, which was like the life of Jesus, who wasn't.
40 years ago?
It's quite a while ago. Yeah.
I have heard of that one too.
Yeah. It's Monty Python.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great movie. Great movie.
I should watch it.
You should
or listen. Ha ha ha.
listen. Well, it's still funny. It's comedy, so
I say watch, by the way.
Yeah.
Sometimes people are like, oh, did you watch a movie? And they're like, oh, I shouldn't have. No, yes, I watched a movie. Well, I'm not offended. Yeah, I watched / listen. Yeah, I watched right up close on a big screen. It's blurry, but I see it.
So you can still see something on like a movie if it's on massive screen with like, because you've got colours, right? So that yeah,
action's hard. There's too much detail going on, but I still enjoy them.
Yeah.
But it's got to be stuff I enjoy, though,
Is it like, say we're going to look at like a sunset, right?
Yeah.
Especially given where you live, like across the beach. Because it's such
gorgeous
big things, you can still kind of see that pretty well.
Yep. Detail's not like you.
Yeah.
I still see a massive strip of beautiful blurry, reddy, orangey yellow.
Yeah.
So it's still my beautiful. You know what I mean? It's not your clarity of beautiful, but I still embrace it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. What's the best thing about being blind?
What's the best thing? Well, I don't know whether it is the best, but first thing I think is coming back to smell. The heightened appreciation of smelling good things, being positive. I know there's bad things I don't like to smell, but there's a lot of really nice things. delicious smelling foods and perfumes and aromas and the beach and all sorts of stuff. A cocktail someone's made and things that are nostalgic, things that remind me of places. Smelling chlorine. It smells odd, but it will remind me of competing, in different parts of the world. Other things about being blind. I suppose, go back to support. I've had to rely. It's probably been a big thing which I haven't liked, and I've had to come to terms with it. But it didn't take me long because it was almost forced upon me that I've had to have support by a lot of people. And now in these years, especially the last 10 years when I've done the Roto swims, the Roto crossings, Abrolhos Islands and Shark Bay and other crossings, right? I haven't done it without support. I have literally had to have a team of people, like a relay team of guide swimmers, kayakers, boats, etc. People that have sight require a boat, but I don't require a relay team of swimmers. And I like to think that having that has been bloody amazing.
Yeah.
And it's because it has brought a team together. So even though I've competed in the Paralympics at a high level as a swimmer, it's still been on my own technically. And I don't mean to sound selfish, but I haven't really had to rely or work as a team on the Australian team. It's very different to swimming in the ocean. I have literally had to rely on some beautiful, selfless person swimming next to me in the ocean to guide me. And they'll either take me a little bit too far sometimes, not follow the right direction, or they get me there in the end. And we've shared an amazing journey. A whole bunch of people, like over 100 people have helped me over the last 10 years.
As opposed to just competing in a race.
Yep. And as being sighted, if I did the Roto swim, they still rely on a team, and you have to. But my team is amplified because of my situation. Yeah. And I like that. I like that I depend in a bit of a weird way. So that's probably another big thing about not being able to see, having to rely on people, ironically.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good way to put it. Like, you bring together a team to help you, but they also achieve something mental.
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine being a part of a team of helping a guy who's blind do a 24-hour swim. Yeah. Across just fucking the wild ocean.
They're incredible people. Yeah. They're all killers. They're all like absolutely wicked at their job, what they've done. Yeah. They're all different niche. Kayakers and swimmers, yeah.
So the kayakers, they have to just kayak a whole 24 hours, or is it people like tap in, tap out?
Tap in, tap out. Yeah. I had 7 kayakers for Abrolhos. Yeah.
So what's that? That's...
Yeah, but it wasn't all like one in at a time. At night time when we're like 12 hours into the swim. Oh no, we started at 10 in the morning, so whatever. Like
10 till 10 a.m.
8 hours. Yeah, 6 o'clock the sun was down in September. So 8 hours.
How long was that dark then? You were dark for like 12.
Yep.
Fuck.
Maybe 12 and a half it was. Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. Oh, it was.
Especially being out there, it's like, it's desolate anyway.
Very. Yeah. Very, very. It's a lot more barren. A lot more.
There's nothing. There's fuck all society out there.
Yeah, there's nothing. It's not like Rottnest, It's
Rottnest.
Lots and lots of very small, like untouched kind of islands. Rugged, very rugged islands, and it's the depth is 50 meters upwards as well. Whereas going to Rottnest, I think the maximum is 20. Most people on a normal day can see the floor, the floor bed most of the way across when they're doing freestyle. But Abrolhos, because I used to compete as a backstroker. So after the first kilometre off Long Island, I chose to roll over and I did backstroke for the next 61K to where about 62K. And then, I did like the last 4-ish K dying doing free / breaststroke. Just a few strokes, breathe, breaststroke, just to try and get to pages.
Just finally finish it.
Yeah.
So you said you're a Paralympian as well. What Olympics what year or what years, I should say?
Yeah, so long story short, I took up swimming. I changed my mind to get into that a year after my vision loss. So after 15, I took it up when I was 16 in year 11. And then I was fortunate. I don't like to say lucky, but I was fortunate. I had to work hard, but got there. Year 12, 2004, I was in Athens, Beijing 08, London 2012, and then Rio 2016.
Fuck. So you've been to 4 different Olympics?
Yeah.
Jesus.
So good fun. It was, a lot of fun.
That's,
Hard work.
If there wasn't work in your Olympics, it's like fucking you got in the easy category.
Yeah.
So when you compete, because I don't watch Paralympics at all, when you compete, is it everyone's different disabilities or is it only blind people that are swimming or what's the...
Yeah. So it is confusing for a spectator at local / national level, but international level, international comps, e.g. Paralympics, they'll have many different classes or categories.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in swimming, I'll just talk about swimming, athletics, cycling, other sports are different, rowing. Swimming, there goes S1 up to S14. S1 to S10 is all physical classes, where S1 is the most severe disability. Like you were talking about a torso, right?
Torso boy, yeah.
Yeah, torso boy. So one of my teammates, one of my good friends who went to London and Rio with me, he's a double leg, double arm amputee, and I think he's either a S2 or S3.
So he is a torso?
No. So he's at the elbow and the knees.
Elbow. Okay, yeah. All right. So it's like half. Okay.
Half of both, all 4 limbs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's still fucking wild.
It is. Yeah. His abs are amazing. Yeah, because he's got to use his torso a lot.
Yeah.
So he's very talented.
Does he have any like fingers or is it literally just like stumps on all 4?
Just stumps. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. No, he's great. Like when we'd travel together, I would hold the plate in the hotel room and like he would see and he'd use his elbows, grab the tongs and he'd grab the food, put it on both of our plates. He'd say, lean over more because I can't see, the glass over the, what do you call it, Bain Marie or whatever.
Yeah.
We have buffets and wherever we're staying, whatever country. And we'd work as a team, him and I. So he's a chap, good mate. So he's S2 or S3, I think. Then S10, for example, the least severe physical class. One of my other best mates, he's got cerebral palsy, but cerebral palsy can go from S5 to S10. So him being S10, when he's fatigued, he's got a bit of a limp. You can't tell that much. So there are some S10s in other countries who have actually competed in the Olympic Games as well as the Paras. So,
really?
Yeah, they're the least severe, so they are closest to able-bodied times. They are weapons, like they're very quick.
Yeah.
Then there's vision, S11, S12, S13, and then S14 is intellectually disabled. So going back to vision, S11 is my category that I'm in. It's like no sight or very little, so that's mine. S12, I used to be in S12, but I may have been borderline the wrong category for my first 3 Paralympics till my 4th one. I got reclassed.
Yeah.
I was S12. So that's up to about 10% sight. But having 2, I was a very low scale on that class, right? And then S13 is up to about 30%. So, quite a bit more sight.
Yeah.
And that's basically the swimming. So we will only compete against people with very close severity to our own disability that we have. Vision, we only race against vision. The physical ones, going back to physical, they will be against, people that might be another disability, but a doctor will determine their severity is similar to theirs.
Yeah. Yeah.
CP against a spina bifida. Someone that's a paraplegic, so they've got no use of their hips, legs downwards from their lower spine. They might be against someone that has, like their double leg amputee right at the hips, and maybe they're missing a couple fingers as well, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's made as fair as possible.
Yeah. Did you get any medals? Nah.
No, nah. My highest ranking was 5th.
Still good.
In Rio. Yep.
That's still, against the whole fucking world.
Yeah. I was
even being at the Olympics is good.
Pleased. Yeah. I was pleased. It was extremely rewarding. I've got no disappointments. No regrets about it. It's how it is.
Imagine regretting going to the Olympics.
yeah, damn.
That's
wish I got to a higher level.
That's I hate being here. What am I doing?
It's a unique situation. You're around a lot of quirky people with clear differences that
be eye-opening.
Don't bitch and moan.
Eye-opening. Good go.
Usually. What's that?
I said be eye-opening, and then I realised I'm talking to someone who's blind.
Love that. I love you saying that. Thanks. Yeah. Really gives you a different touch on things.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, you really hear things a different way.
Look, there was I got a story that I'll tell you about this, because when we first spoke on the phone, actually I'll mention this. When I got your contact, I did say this before. Joe said send him a message. I went, I didn't say it to Joe, but I was like, how the fuck do I send a blind person a message? Like, how does that work? And I was like, I'll just trust the process, send you a message. And then you messaged me back. And I was like, the fuck? I didn't expect that.
Is this really him?
Yeah. I was just like, I'm so confused. And then I asked you about it, but obviously people want to know this as well. How does it work when you have I've seen it, I got to witness it.
Yeah.
But having a phone and getting SMSs and phone calls and that, how do you really do it? Like, it all speaks to you?
Communication. So, with my phone, it's like a typical phone these days. I think everyone has a smartphone or whatever you call them. Mine's an iPhone. I know there's Samsungs, and you told me you got a Google one.
Yeah.
I didn't know there's Googles, but it makes sense because everyone says
they always want to steal all your data.
So, I'm surprised there's not more Googles. It's got voiceover. Everyone with an iPhone, I'm pretty sure, should have it in settings. You just open it up, turn it on, and then it will activate this. I don't know if you call it an application. I'm not very tech savvy, but it will read everything out on my telephone. So,
is there like a certain button that you press on your phone for it to start reading, or like?
No. So when I open up my phone, I'll press the button probably, because I can't just flick my phone and then the light goes on the phone.
Yep.
I'll need to press the side button, maybe the unlock one, and then I'll do the thumbprint like everyone, or they'll do the passcode. It will then say the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I will then have to touch where I think the number is. Let's just say.
So you still have a code on your phone as well?
Yeah, that thumbprint's easier because it's quicker.
Yeah, and then if you feel it vibrate, you know it's come through. But if it will go to the numbers of,
Yeah, that's right. And it'll say failed or whatever. But let's just say my code is 1, 2, 3, 4. When I'm searching for letters, doing a text message or the passcode at the start, I will do 1. I'll find 1. It says 1. And then I have to double tap it. 2. Oh, yeah, I found 2. I can swipe right if I'm going from 1 to 2 and then double tap. So basically, everything that I want to touch and activate, I then have to press 3 times. So I find it and then I press it quickly 2 more times to accept it.
Yeah.
So it's pretty long-winded. So thumbprint for passcode is a lot faster.
Yeah.
Then I go in. Then I'll press that button at the bottom of my iPhone. Like press it however many times. There might be messages, the Safari, the internet, emails. And there's other ways I do it.
And it will just kind of scroll through each thing to be like, that's what it is, and
Yeah. Doing the swiping, swipe up, swipe down. Like there's different movements that you need to do.
And obviously you've learnt them all to work without looking at it.
Correct.
Yeah. So I used to, probably shouldn't admit this on the podcast, but I don't care. I used to send SMSs while driving with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9 phones. And I could do it without looking. Like I just knew because it was 1, 2, 3, 4, and you press it 3 times to get to that letter, and I could send full legible SMSs while looking elsewhere, while driving.
Yes.
And I remember doing it to someone while having a conversation with them. I just whipped my phone out of my pocket, read it quickly, and then went back to talking to them and sending a message.
I hope you're at traffic lights, right?
No, this is what I was talking to someone in person.
But you're in the car?
Oh, no, I used to drive SMSing all the time without even looking at it. Just straight up.
That's my pet hate, yeah?
Yeah.
But you're not looking.
I can imagine everyone would hate it, but I was really good at it. It was. But I was talking to someone, sending a message, like not on the road, but just in person.
Yes.
And they're like, did you just fucking send a message while looking at my face talking to me? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, no, you fucking didn't. And I was like, I did. They're like, show me. And I showed them. They're like, how?
Yeah.
You spelt all them words correctly and that come out good. And I was like, man, I know where everything is. I know how many buttons I've got to press. Like it's inbuilt in my like side memory. I don't have to look at it.
You're Einstein.
Yeah. So I can understand how you can get used to the positioning of things and then you just make sure. Yeah.
But, that is what I miss because my spelling used to be very good. However, since I got onto the iPhone, God bless Mum, she got me onto her hand-me-down, I think, 7 years ago or something, 6 years ago. So I was already 30. And she's just like, oh, other blind people do it. And she's still saying it now, like, oh, how good is it? I'm like, yeah, Mum, it's great. Like, I do appreciate it. It's amazing what it can do. I can say, tell me how to walk to whatever, Cottesloe Beach from Safety Bay, and it will give me walking directions. It will take me 24 hours, but yeah, I'll be able to walk there and it'll tell me how to do it. So there are a lot of perks. However, the downside is what you were saying. I used to have a Nokia up until I think 6-7 years ago when I got onto the iPhone train, and I would do exactly the same. And I love that. You're forced, your memory or your brain is forced to remember how to spell stuff.
Yeah.
But not only remember like ABC is on number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, DEF is on number 3, which I could do because I couldn't read it, just like you didn't need to see it.
Yeah.
But you're forcing yourself to spell. So now I don't spell. Now I don't even do the letters because it takes me 3 taps to find where it is because it's all touch. Often I'll press, oh, damn it, I'm not pressing H for hello. I'm pressing G next to it. Where's H? Oh, damn, I'll press like F. Damn, where's H? And then all of a sudden I'm wasting so much time, whereas identifying, feeling the nodules on the Nokia or that old phone.
Yeah, it was a Nokia.
yeah, exactly where number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is. So... yeah, now it's changed. Touchscreens, you can't. You have to swipe to figure out what letter.
You have to look at it.
And then press the letter bloody 3 times.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Because I said I will not correct myself in a message if I write it wrong. I did to you. But my friends, if I send them a message, if I'm not looking at it and I'll do it, and it comes out shit, I send it anyway.
Yeah.
A few of my friends are like, what do you just fucking wipe your face across the phone and hope it comes out good? And I'm like, yeah. If you can't figure it out, man, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, who cares? It's probably not that elaborate.
Unless it matters, like clients and stuff, yeah, they'll get real messages, but my friends are just getting like, good enough, man, fuck it.
Random stuff.
Just close. It's close enough. Figure it out. Decipher my retardedness. It's fine.
Yes. Yeah, it shouldn't be that difficult.
No.
I've done a lot of times. I'm not like pedantic about it. Swipe right to send, double tap on send. And then, I've had a few responses like, read through that again or listen to your message again, Jez. I think that, was meant to sound different. Yeah. I was like saying to a friend, he's a bit out there, hope you're having a good week. And, anyway, she laughed. She was like, Jez, read that again. I'm sure it's not what you meant because she knows me well.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, bugger. Hope you're having a good wank. Oops. But I was like, I'm not hyper-focused on checking every time. Like you said, unless it's a client. So if it's with my dog business, then I will check. If I'm doing a reminder, hello, Susie, I've got Max for his appointment tomorrow. A friendly reminder at, midday. Look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Thanks, Jeremy. And I listen to it again. I touch on the message and it says it incorrectly. Okay, now I'm deleting it because it's professional. Like, it's different.
Yeah, that's your job. That matters.
With your mates.
Yeah. Friends, but fucking deal with it.
Yeah.
It's your problem, not mine.
Yeah, make it fun. Decipher.
Yeah. So do you think, right,
Not much, honestly.
And feel free not to answer this if you don't want to. Do you think that you've had a better life due to the fact that you went blind? Like, do you think that it made you be more grateful, be, more in tune to like trying harder, doing better things due to going blind?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's given me some pretty hard lessons.
Yeah.
I think it's ingrained in me that life is not the perceivably perfect. It's another cliche. There is no perfect. I say that to people often. People say something, not to bitch and moan, but they'll say, "Oh yeah, I've had a really, really bad day and it sucks, but I'll get over it." And then I'll empathise. I guess I'll sympathise too a little bit, but like, yeah, mate, like I agree. That's life. It's not perfect. So yeah, like it's a reality hit that when you go through something, I don't want to say tragic because, like, once again, like, it's not perfect for anyone. We all have a story. Maybe some things seem worse or some things seem more severe to one person that's gone through something than another. But we all have shit we deal with, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it doesn't matter. Someone might be rich, as you were saying, but they're actually completely miserable. And, it's very, very dark, but they might be borderline not wanting to live anymore. Well, I'm not like that. So maybe I've got a lot of physical troubles, often that I have to deal with, but I'm happy most of the time. Whereas some people have intellectual or mental troubles, psychological, where they're not actually embracing life very often. So I like to think that, once again, in answer to your question, it's emphasised a more fulfilling life for me. I've focused on let's get on, do shit, do cool things and not let anything stop me.
Yeah. Yeah, I can definitely tell it from chatting to you. Like, it's quite clear that you're like, this isn't going to fucking stop me.
Yeah.
Have you got any massive goals ahead? Like, is there something or like a list? Do you have like a bucket list of things you want to do? Or is there like things?
I'd like to do more swims. Like, swimming I'm very passionate about. That's kind of a happy place for me. And
What's it like just being out there swimming in like, because you're obviously not looking at shit while you're swimming, right?
Nah.
Do you have your eyes closed the whole time?
Nah, I have them open most of the time. Yeah.
Do you kind of like see anything in your like mind's eye while you're swimming, or is it just like the process you enjoy?
Yeah. Well, usually nothing really. I just focus on a whole lot of different stuff, trying to maintain good technique so that I am not as fatigued or sore as I possibly could be. And generally, you should have good technique to maintain marathon sport or any sport for that matter.
Yeah.
But on Saturday, I was focusing on my baby daughter a lot. I don't get to see her much at the moment, unfortunately.
See her? Sorry.
What's that? Oh, yeah.
You went dark, and I just went, I got to take the joke. Sorry.
Yeah, good one. Yeah. So, yeah, anyway, I was thinking about her a lot. She's turning 3 next month.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I don't know. No, I don't. I just think about my team, like my incredible crew that are with me as well, and often how they are, like how their health is, because as soon as they're all turn to crap, then I'm not going to continue. I'm not able to. I don't want to. So even a little bit of me wants to, but if they're sick, they're all suffering, they're all hurting too much. Well, they're only doing it for me. I'm not financed. Like, I would love to have sponsors and put myself out there more to do what I think is like next level crazy stuff.
It's inspiring. Like, you're blind and you're swimming fucking big swims. I mean, for me, I think that's inspiring to, as a normal person, you should be like, well, fuck, I'm not doing fuck all. And this blind guy is swimming 24 hours. You know what I mean? Like, I I always look at people that do stuff that's difficult. That's difficult with sight to me.
Oh, thanks.
Fucking swimming 24 hours is... Doing anything for 24 hours on a hole is hard.
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah. Staying awake, I think, is hard.
No, that's easy.
Oh, okay.
24 hours, fuck sleep.
Okay. Once again, I shouldn't have said that to you.
Yeah, I sleep because if I don't, it's weird.
Yeah.
Like one time I did 3 days.
At band camp?
No alcohol, no drugs, no nothing. I just wanted to see what it's like to stay awake for 3 days.
Okay.
And it's weird. It's fucking weird.
How long did you last?
3 days. Yeah, 3 days.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So it was like, it would have been close to like 70 hours, I think. What's that, 24, 48? And then another 24. So it's 64? Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
48 plus 24 is 72. So you were 2 hours off 3 whole days.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's weird.
So yeah, you did 3 days pretty much.
It's very odd. It's very like...
Did you feel sick?
Nah, I didn't feel sick.
You're
Sick in the head.
right?
Sick. So I've hallucinated off less as I've gotten older. So like I did a day and a half driving. Driving's really bad when you have fuck all sleep.
Okay.
You start seeing weird shit on the road, like very odd. You probably shouldn't drive if you don't sleep. Let's put it that way.
That hits a soft spot with me.
Yeah.
It's something I can't control, right?
Yeah.
And when I hear people do things that are a privilege, so drive, and they take the piss like that.
Yeah.
Not to have a go at you.
Oh.
But it's like, it's a privilege you're able to drive, and then you could kill people.
Beneficially, when I was doing this, I'm killing myself, and that's about it. Because I was out. I drove to Esperance.
Okay.
Yeah.
No one's around.
Yeah, no one was in the middle. It was like, actually, what happened was we drove to Esperance for an Easter weekend to go stay at this one campsite. And we left the day before the public holiday, the day before Good Friday, so we could get there and get a campsite at this place that was fucking real nice. Got there, fucking Good Friday morning, full. Completely full, because it was like an unbookable place. You don't book there, you just turn up.
Yeah.
Full. And I was like, how the fuck has everyone beaten us here? And then we're like...
Thursday.
All pissed off, upset, driving back. Well, we found out later on in town, what they do is all the locals go and set up ghost camps. So they can go and camp out there over the long weekend. So if you're not from Esperance, it's all fucking set. There's all these tents set up and no cunts in them. Yeah, they just set up. I was like, man, if I knew that, I would have started fucking kicking tents over. I would have been like, fuck yous. There's no one here. No one's going to stop me. But they set up like a ghost camp so they can all go down there because it's like the best spot in Esperance. So we started driving back like, fuck, what do we do? And trying to find a campsite. And everywhere is just full. And so we've gone like, went overnight to make sure we get there Friday morning. Then we're just driving around, like, didn't sleep, obviously, Thursday. Then Thursday night, didn't sleep. We're just like, fuck, trying to find a place to go, like, and just ended up being awake because, like, we had the kids in the car. You can't just fucking sleep on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Anything else? So, it was just like...
That's a bummer.
And
Esperance, I think, I've only heard, I don't know if I've been there, but I've heard it's so lovely.
Oh, yeah. We ended up getting a spot an hour and a half out of Esperance. But by the time, like, it was a day and a half, I would have been awake. And we were driving, like, what the fuck? We can't drive back.
Yeah.
Like, you can't drive back from Esperance.
That's a long way.
Yeah. But so you can't drive back from Esperance to, like, home because we need to sleep.
Yeah. That's 5 hours, right? Or more?
9.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like 7 or 8, depending on how fast you go.
Depends how many car text messages you're doing.
Not doing them at 170, I can tell you that much.
Wow. Ouch.
But yeah, so like unfortunately we're awake, and like you're driving down these long stretches of road, and you're like, nah, that didn't seem like I should have seen that. That didn't seem like I should have seen that. Seems weird.
What's with that kangaroo mew?
Well, it seemed like a Pikachu on a road at one point. It wasn't that sounds so dumb saying it out loud, but like it wasn't like a Pikachu. It was like an indent in the road, the shape of a Pikachu, which is like a Pokemon.
That Japanese thing.
Yeah.
When we were kids.
Yeah. But it was like, it wasn't like it was like a little yellow. It was like it was indented in the road and it was kind of like rising out. I was like, what the fuck? Like, that's not.
Yeah.
No one's come out here and done that on the road. Like, that's definitely my mind fucking with me.
Yeah.
But that's happened. But the 3 days, I didn't cop any hallucinations. But you're weird. Yeah. You become a weird person. You start thinking weird shit.
Yes.
You start like thinking like dumb shit is good ideas.
Yeah.
But I've tested a few times. The problem is now I'm like good at it. So like, yeah, I can like
decide who you want to share that with.
Not the driving part, just the not sleeping part.
Yeah, well, both.
Yeah,
I don't mean the driving.
It's heard on the podcast enough that I go on fucking benders where I won't sleep and I'll just. Drinking is like if I drink and I stay out all night, I won't sleep sometimes.
You won't?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's fucked. It sucks.
Yeah, but most people make them more tired.
Yeah, not me.
Yeah.
This is like, it's like, I guess it's like social fuel. I'm like, oh, there's people. Well, fuck, I'm doing things. Oh.
Yeah, but then you get home and...
I always end up with people in my house.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, we're here.
Yeah.
And then they'll like fall asleep and I'm like, it's daylight. They can't sleep during the day.
Yeah.
I have like a 20-minute power nap and I'm like, oh, I got to do things again.
So do you still have a power nap or not? Because that
depends on my mood.
If you're saying you've done a power nap, then yeah, I would say you've.
It honestly depends on the mood. Last weekend I was like, no, I'm going to do that sleep thing so I don't fucking.
Then it doesn't
just
count.
drink the whole way through, and I slept for like an hour at like 9 a.m. and I was like, fuck's sake! Like I actually wanted to sleep today.
Yeah.
So like I could go out tonight, and then I was like, oh, whatever. I guess my body's like, no, it's daylight. Don't fucking waste your day.
Naturally, your body took over.
It does that.
Yeah.
It does that. It's like, we're doing shit. I'm like, okay.
Kind of good.
I don't know. The hangovers when you drink for 2 days suck. Yeah. My hangover for drinking 1 day is fine. The hangover drinking 2 days is not good.
Yeah. Ouch. Yeah.
But, again, compulsive binge drinker will do that. Yeah. Not an alcoholic, all right? Compulsive binge drinker. I don't drink every day.
No.
I just binge drink when I do. Except for like this, I won't go on a bender tonight. It's Tuesday.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, given Paralympian, you're blind, is there any advice you give to someone that may be suffering a similar thing to you where they're starting to go blind? Like, what would you say to you at 15 when you're like, you're not going to see anymore? What would be the thing you'd say to yourself to be like, hey?
I'd say don't give up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah. Easy.
Just don't give up.
Don't give up. There's so much worth going for. There's so many good things. There's fun things in life that you can seek, search, find. Without realising. I did triathlons. I never thought I'd do that.
Yeah.
I played hockey and water polo. I was very sport orientated and I still am, clearly. But you can still make cool stuff, still, do things that are absolutely fulfilling and, just alter your track, alter your path. And it's not always going to be the easiest to do. Like, that's life. Nothing is easy, but then you explore, you play around with things. I did blind golf for a couple of years and I was doing swimming.
Blind golf?
At the same time. Yeah, my beautiful dad was my caddy. He'd line me up, put the club face behind the ball. He would say, no, I'll turn your body this way a bit more. Okay, yep, that's aiming towards 12 o'clock. He'd recommend the club to use. God, I should remember. It's 20 years though. I only played it for 2 years after losing my vision. But whatever, the size of the are they called clubs?
Yeah.
I should know this. A number 1, 2, 3, up to a sand wedge and a putter, all of that stuff. It's terrible. Based on how far you need to hit the ball, what the undulation is, okay, the green is kind of angling, all that kind of stuff. But like, yeah, I loved it. It was great fun. And then I got into swimming. So yeah.
I would have never thought of blind golf being a thing.
Yeah.
Just because it's such, I feel like it's such a sight-orientated sport, but I mean, the way you've explained it makes sense.
It's pretty big around the world, to be honest. Yeah, they have international, like world blind golf competitions. I just didn't go that far because I took over with swimming more, and then the blind golf went by the wayside, and then, yeah, swimming just lifted a lot because I had to go, swimming 8 times a week, and yeah, that became my life. But yeah, I'll just try and say to the me, the alternative me that's about to go through what I went through 22 years ago, there is so much worth living for.
Yeah.
Yeah, we it's okay to be upset. That's natural. That's normal. It's okay to be sad. Like that. Don't tell yourself not to be. That's how you should be, because that is very normal. However, let's try and find things that make you happy, and tomorrow or the day after or the day after that or in a month, not in 2 years, because that's pushing it. That's a bit too long in my opinion. But let's say in a month. Now we need to start trying in small steps to focus on little things that we start getting a smile on our face. And, it might be doing blind art.
Yeah.
It might be taking up an instrument. It might be, okay, let's go hang out with some elderly people and say, you know what, I'm only 15. I can hardly see shit. But you're 95, you're 80 years older, and you got a little bit better vision than me. So let's have a chat. You tell me about the war, and yeah, like embrace life, because you still can do that. So
yeah, there's still life to live even without sight.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I know there's some weirder questions I've got for you. We've done all the good ones, but I've definitely got some odd ones in the back of my brain.
You wanted to know what things I want to do.
Yes. Yeah, like a bucket list kind of thing. Yes, yeah. Correct. We skimmed over
that. Mum and Dad wouldn't be happy about this. Probably my 2 older sisters either, because of how they know I've reacted after Abrolhos.
Yeah.
So I don't think I needed to go to hospital, but one of my guide swimmers, she's a nurse. Well, I had 2 swimmers that were nurses. And she was like, yeah, he's not good.
Swam for 24 hours, I'm not fucking surprised.
No shit, yeah, I'm not ready to go for a marathon run after this.
Yeah.
But, I stood up, and the media were at the beach, and I was chatting still. Anyway, we went to the hospital, and I was very cold. And yeah, I got over it pretty quickly, to be honest. I wasn't in a bad way. I didn't need to be on a drip, any of that stuff. Long story, I'd like to one-up it, not do 66. I'd like to go 100 kilometres.
What's that, like a day and a half?
Absolute ocean. Well, it really depends on conditions. That's the beauty of marathon, ocean, open water swimming.
First in the forces of nature.
Yeah, like you could do 100 kilometres in the same time, 24 hours, but it depends where you are in the world, the conditions, where the currents are going, swell. You pick a day, which you can never just pick a day and have a team of 35 people like I had for Abrolhos, just already 4 boats, 7 kayakers, 10 swimmers, everything. Couple shark scientists, all that stuff, right?
Shark scientists?
Yeah, well...
Is that to make sure they don't fucking come and get you?
Stuff like that, yeah. If they see one, they'll see their body language. Okay, let's freak out, get them all out of the water, or no, they're just cruising around. Yeah, they can see the swimmers, but they don't care.
I wouldn't have even considered that's what you'd have to have out there. I was like, I just thought about sharks a few times, but I didn't think, I was like, oh, fucking, you obviously know what you're doing. But having a shark science out there, like studying the body language of a shark to make sure it's not going to attack.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, marine scientists, but yeah, that know a lot about sharks. So, yeah, correct. I mean, it's important. Otherwise, most people on the boat don't really know. Everyone has theories about sharks. So, Yeah, 100 Ks. I reckon that'd be cool. I mean, the record's, I think, 160 something.
160 is the
Cuba
record.
to Florida. Yeah.
For a blind person or a normal person?
Normal, because I'm not normal.
Sorry.
Able-bodied. Yeah.
That's the second time I've done that in my life, and the first time was even more concerning. I won't bring that one to the pod. It sounds way worse. It sounds like I was really being mean, but I was just being a dumb cunt. I just didn't. It's just like I make dumb mistakes. Yeah.
Oh, no. I don't care. I like it because there's no ill intent. That's where I don't like it, when there's ill intent.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm dumb.
What's 1 + 1?
Yeah, too. Got that one.
So, I don't know. Like, a lot comes down to funding as well. Like, there's this group of swims called the Ocean 7. It aligns kind of the 7 swims, not most difficult. They're meant to be classes a bit, not really, because there's hard swims you could do anywhere around the world, right?
Yeah.
But in line with the 7 summits, Everest is one of them.
Yeah, my question was like, is that like the 7 mountains kind of thing? Yeah.
So someone came up 10, 15 years ago with these ones, the Ocean 7. And one of them, could you guess the most famous one?
No. I know nothing about the ocean.
Try. You would have heard of it, I'm sure. One of the most famous swims around the world.
Really, I got nothing, eh?
Nah,
I'm like trying and I'm like...
In Europe, it's where we came from, Aussies.
No, I've got nothing. I'm trying really hard.
Okay.
But...
I'll be concerned if you haven't heard of England.
Yeah, I've heard of England.
Yeah.
The Isle of England?
Have you heard of... Nah. Well, yeah, but have you heard of the English...
Channel?
Yeah.
Yes, I have heard of the English Channel.
Well done.
Okay, fuck.
Yeah,
I would have never figured that out on my own.
So that's one of them.
Okay, how long's that?
32 kilometres.
Okay, so it's less than what you've already done. So it's doable.
Yeah, half the distance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Couple degrees colder, usually on average. You only do that in summer, like you don't do that in winter.
Yeah, England would be fucking freezing in winter.
Yeah. So that's like Abrolhos was 19 to 20 on my watch. Like, I've got GPS that tracked me the whole way, and it does. Excuse me, does the temperature reading as well. But yeah, there's 19 to 20. Usually, England is 16 to 18, 19 degrees, 15 around there.
Yeah, so slightly lower, but not massively.
Yeah, and half the distance. But I mean, it's still rough, tough, and rumble, all of that. So
yeah,
but it takes money.
So the goal is to get.
I'd like to do all of them.
Yeah, you need the sponsors, need the funding.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah,
and others. Just come up. I'm a big fan, other than these ones and Roto. I love being part of Roto, but there's a couple thousand people that swim it, and then all their support crews. So there's thousands of people that do it.
Yeah,
coming up with new stuff. Like, no one's ever swam Abrolhos to Geraldton. I thought, you know what? I want to come up with something that's unique.
Has no one at all ever done that?
No.
So you're the only person to have done that swim?
Yeah.
Bro, that's fucking wild.
6 months before. Yeah, and it's like, I think maybe people don't quite realise, not that this is what it's about, but it kind of gives me a bit of a kick that achieving things that are unique.
Yeah.
Make myself feel good, and sharing it with people that have never done it before, equally with me, makes it extra special. So, granted, Roto on the weekend, I love my team. They were absolutely imperative. However, doing Abrolhos, something like that, it's just ticking
everyone's
the box.
doing something that's never been done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like the skippers, they've all gone across to Abrolhos on their boats, but they're just churning across. They're going just, you know what I mean? Like, they've got motors, they've got propellers. It's different to piloting a swimmer at a swimmer's pace.
Yeah.
And having to read the conditions based on the swimmer. They're only doing it for the swimmer, with the kayaker being the eyes and then the boat being the eyes in front. Yeah. So it's very different. Otherwise, like, hundreds and thousands of boats have gone across to Abrolhos doing fishing with all the sharks
just
and
fucking
everything.
doing whatever they want.
Yeah.
But that's like making sure a human or two humans really can swim through that fucking thing it's a whole nother challenge, really.
Yeah. And England, I'd like to do it, but it's they've got 6 or 7 pilots that charge 5,000-6,000 Australian dollars just to do it, whether you make it across or not.
Yeah.
And I've done it many times. based on people's speeds. They say, yeah, this is how fast I swim. Yep, I'll plot a course based on the conditions that are happening in the next 12 hours. I'll give you a call. Okay, ready? This is your slot. Otherwise, you don't come. Then I've got another swimmer in 24 to 32 hours later, from wherever, Croatia, that's going to do the swim. So you either have to come and do it now or not. You paid me the money. Okay, it's not refundable. That's a job. Like, they know the channel based on being a pilot for swimmers to do the English Channel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can see your motivation to want to do something more unique and more special than just doing the marketized things that are already getting extracted cash from. Because they're just like, we do this all the time. We don't give a fuck. We'll just take money out of it, whatever. Whereas if you do something that hasn't been done, you're opening up avenues to do that, for one. But everyone who's involved in it is like, oh, we're doing this for the first time.
Yeah.
So there's less incentive to just be like, we don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
There's less, they don't give a shit. They care more. And they're like, yeah, they'll probably do it for less because it's like, hey, we get to be part of something amazing as well.
That's true. Yeah. It's exciting.
Is there anything outside of swimming you want to do?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm good at pushing my body, so it'd probably still be sport. So, yeah, in terms of what it would be, I honestly don't know. I got all right at running. I don't have a runner's body. I've got more swimmer's body from what I'm told. So I'm more upper body strength, but I've forced myself to be all right at running. So maybe, once again, along that road, people have run from Sydney, I think a year or two ago to Cot. So I'd probably say do a really, really, really long run like Forrest Gump, but people have done that. So I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm still not in that position to think of what's a goal. I like extreme goals. I like thinking of something that's not normal.
Yeah.
Not typical.
I like it.
Yeah.
Skydiving?
Believe it or not, I don't think I could handle it. I feel like I'd have a heart attack. I like going on a few roller coasters, but I'm like, oh my God, we're about to go down.
It's just a feeling of having no clue what's happening, and it's just super speed is weird.
And stomach in my mouth, my throat. It's just like, no, this is too much. Just, I don't really like flying anymore. I used to love it when I was a kid, bring on turbulence, rougher the better, the flight. But now I'm grabbing onto the seat in front of me, feeling like I want to pull it off. I struggle. I don't enjoy flying that much. It's okay when it's calm and nothing's happening, but takeoff, landing, turbulence, yuck. Let alone skydiving, no.
Nah. Going in a skydiving plane versus a normal plane is a whole different experience on its own.
Have you done it?
Yeah, I got my A-class license. I can skydive on my own.
Yeah, I figured you would. I had that feeling.
Yeah.
Good on you.
A lunatic.
Yeah, what are they? Never heard of a lunatic.
Yeah. We're not right.
I'm sane.
Yeah. Well, dude, you've done things that I would never consider doing. I don't think there's anything that would make me want to do a 24-hour swim. Not even money. I don't even think there's a number, an amount. Maybe actually.
Yeah.
But it's like someone poses you with how much would it cost for you to suck a dick? I feel like that's an easier question to answer than how much would it cost for you to swim for 24 hours,
I love the comparison.
That's an easier question for me to answer. It's I'd be like, I think about that much. But
what would you do first?
It's easier to figure out how much it would cost to suck a dick than it would be to cost to swim for 24 hours.
Now I want to know.
I don't know. If someone's like, a meal to suck a dick, I'm like, done. I'd do it, right?
Okay.
But a meal to swim 24 hours, I don't know. Because that's fucking crazy. Swimming for 24 hours is so hard. It's so much training. Like sucking a dick I can do tomorrow. Like I can just do it, get paid and be out.
Yeah.
But like just swim.
And it wouldn't take long, maybe.
Yeah, I'd try pretty hard. I'd be like, I'm doing this the best I can do this. Like, I want to get this over and done with.
Reckon you do well?
I'd give it a red hot crack.
Red hot.
I'd be
You'd
trying.
make it red hot?
I'd be fucking trying real hard. I'd
Make it like a prod?
just come, motherfucker. I want to get paid and leave. Forget that I ever did this. But like, swimming for 24 hours, like I got to train a fuck ton. It's so much more like effort.
I had to swim more than Rotto to get there.
Yeah, it's
Do Rotto crossings not
just as practice,
Well, yeah, but along the coast. yeah, I get it. Yeah, not that I would be your answer. No, I would prefer to do Abrolhos.
You've already done it.
Yeah,
you're fine. Yeah, so I think it'd be hard.
It's okay for guys that like to do that. Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, it's not my forte, but money is money. $1 million is it's a bit of coin.
Dollar bills, y'all.
Yeah, getting paid.
Funny. Yeah.
I reckon we wrap it up there.
Yep.
How
are we with time anyway?
2 hours.
Oh, that's perfect, actually.
Worked out perfect.
Yeah. I kind of need to be home soon, ideally.
Oh, perfect. Is there anything that you need to, or anything you want to promo? Like, obviously you got a dog washing business, so definitely tell them about that, because there is people in Perth that listen that might want you to wash their dogs, being like, I want a Paralympian to wash my dog. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, my business, Fast and the Furious Dog Wash.
Nice.
I live in Safety Bay, opposite the beach. I'm good at what I do. I absolutely love the pooches, the dogs. Labradors, Golden Retrievers, Border Collies, Staffies, Bull Mastiffs, all the types of Shepherds, Aussie, Belgium, German, all large breed, Great Danes, and small dogs, doing grooms as well. So, yeah, I would love...
So, like you cut them?
Yeah. So, if you want your dog to have a free desexing, I can do it because I'm not going to see it very well. No, I have an assistant who is a professional groomer. She has been for 30 years. And I'm doing some grooms too. So please feel free to contact me, my business, Fast and Nefarious Dog Wash. I would absolutely love to see more clients.
And anything else? Anything, obviously, if you get in contact with you and you want to sponsor him to do one of these swims, you'd be keen as a bean, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yep.
Definitely.
That would be amazing. Please contact me. And my other job, I'm a massage therapist too. So I'm happy to treat the odd person.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
So thanks for listening.
No problems. Thanks for coming on.